I had to really haggle the lady who let me into your apartment.
Thank you. What happened again?
Well, I came in. My phone dies as I'm walking up to your apartment.
Yes, I'm listening.
And I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to get into Jonathan's place?
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe someone will be there to let me in.
I'm listening.
A biker comes out, lets me in. I walk in. There's an older woman, a babushka.
Babushka, is that what you call an older woman?
Like a Russian, older Eastern European woman with her granddaughter, I assume.
It makes sense.
And I say, hey, can you guys let me into this other door? Because, in Jonathan's place, it's like Alcatraz here. You
need 2 entrances.
You need 2
Well, we are in
keys.
Highland Park. It's dangerous out here.
Yeah. So, I asked her, can you let me in? And she's like, I don't know. We've had trouble with people stealing Amazon packages. And I'm like,
you are wearing a beanie.
And I'm like, okay, I'll give you my ID. You could take a picture of it. I'll literally show my face to the camera. I showed it. I took my thing off. I was like, I'm just going up to my friend. She's like, where does he live? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
He lives like on the 2nd floor around the corner. She was like, I don't know. She's like, she starts to open the door, but she's still like, I don't know. I feel bad. What if you steal Pat? And then she opens the door and I walk in. I'm like, peace.
Wow, that was your sales.
Yeah.
You're a salesman right there.
Yeah. I was just like, I swear to God. There's
Right.
you'd have to be insane if you were like a thief and you were like, I swear to God, I'm not going to go take anything.
So, actually, the best way to be a thief is to act the way that you did.
To be a nice guy.
Right. There's two ways.
Ooh,
One,
that's scary.
act like a nice guy, as in you go in completely with a smile.
Yeah.
You start taking things, and you're doing it with glee. You're being blissful.
Oh my God, this is so
You're being
fucked up.
aloof. And then the second way is you have to go in as if you're not stealing anything.
Yes.
Right? Because anytime anybody shows up, okay, so this is an example. I used to steal a lot from grocery stores.
The more I find out about you, the more I like you.
Okay. I was broke. It's the year 2016 or 15. And I thought to myself, I want to make guacamole for a lot of people, for different people. I wanted to make a bunch of guacamole, go to a college campus, and dish it out for free.
Okay.
But I thought to myself, do I want to pay for this? Do I want to pay? No, I do not want to pay for this.
Yeah, how much guacamole is that?
So, I don't know. I went and I filled my entire cart full of avocados.
Grocery cart.
Grocery cart, like half, not the whole thing. Like maybe, okay, if I'm thinking about it, maybe like 70 avocados, 30 or 40 tomatoes. I just kept on putting it into the carts. And I remember going in and I see these 2 kids with their backpacks open and they're going into the snack section and they start like, guys, and they're stealing the candy.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I go, what idiots. You're making it too obvious. When you try to sneak around, that's when you get caught. So I have to pretend that I am a customer. I have to walk in like what I'm doing doesn't matter.
You have to fill an entire cart.
So step one. Let's break this down for anybody that wants to steal anything in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay. Step number one.
Can we get charged with a crime for this?
No.
Are we protected under the First Amendment still?
Don't. I hope so.
Yeah.
Don't, guys.
Don't do this.
Don't do this. Don't do this at all.
Hypothetically.
Don't do this at all.
Yeah. Don't do this. Don't do this.
This is not sound advice.
In a hypothetical situation, Jonathan would do this.
Yes.
This is the advice Jonathan's giving to himself.
Right.
In another world, in another dimension.
Exactly.
It's not. You couldn't even say he's really at a grocery store.
Right.
It's called in that world. It's called the grocery store. So this grocery store. Okay. So you were hypothetical. You were giving advice to someone in another dimension on how they could steal from the grocery store.
Step number one, Noah. You enter with your cart.
Yep.
Okay. And the first thing you begin to do is you go to the checkout stations and you take your cart. You go from the back end and then you go through the checkout. And you start grabbing a bundle of brown paper bags. And you throw that into your cart. That's step number one. Okay? Step number 2, you're walking, you're being blissful, you're doing a little hop, you're doing a little skip. You get there, and then you open those brown bags, and then you start putting the groceries that you want inside those paper bags. In my case, 70 avocados. In my case,
40. The image is insane.
40, 50 tomatoes, bundles and bundles of cilantro.
Okay.
And I'm just like putting them in, organizing them, making sure that, it fits nicely into these brown paper bags.
Do you think anyone was looking at you?
See, here's the thing. You don't care because you have to think to yourself, if I was shopping in real life.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's a Stanislavski approach to this.
Right.
Like, really. There's like an actor's
inside
the actor's studio
Thank
approach.
You. Thank you. When you're stealing.
Yeah.
You don't look around like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. No. You just go up.
Yeah.
And you put it in nicely. It's like jaunt. You're very jaunt about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're putting it in. And then after you have everything, step number 3. This is where a lot of people go wrong.
Yeah.
This is where they usually just walk out. They just walk out.
Yeah.
No. Okay?
Yeah.
You go up and you talk to a random service worker.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Where is, and then you name an item. Or sometimes this is what I do. I'll take my cart and I'll go through the cashier register area.
Yeah.
And I'll be like to the manager, because he'll say manager on the side. I'm like, hey, I have a question. I'm new here. Where is the best place to get a hamburger?
Mm-hmm.
So the manager starts talking to you. I did this once. So this is what I did. So I started hypothetically. I started talking to the manager.
I hypothetically did this once.
I go to
if you throw a hypothetical into any crime you admit to, it cancels it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a horrible person.
No, you're not.
Anyway,
You're not.
So I go up and I go, hey, where's the nearest hamburger place?
Yeah.
And he's like, And there's a place over here. And he's like, you know what? Wait a second. Then he starts calling another another service worker.
Yeah, you got to get people
He
involved.
arrives. And then all of a sudden some of these customers start showing up. They're like, oh, yeah. And there's about 4 or 5 people telling me where the best burger place is, all while I'm holding the cart with maybe $300, $400 worth of stolen items.
Yep.
Then after the conversation, I go, all right, well, thank you so much. Now I know where to go. And then you walk out.
Yeah.
And the reason why you have to talk to a service worker or a manager or someone is because you're allowing trust and rapport. And so by the time you leave, they're like, if he was stealing stuff, would he even talk to me?
Yeah.
No,
it's a full con man scheme. It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
It's really that's like that's like Robin Hood shit.
Yes.
You're like, I'm friends with you guys.
But see,
gotta go.
This is how I justified it too.
Yeah.
This is like step number 5 in the rules of stealing.
Okay.
You don't steal what you can't afford.
Yeah.
So if I get caught at any moment, I go, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just absent-minded.
Yeah.
And then you go and you pay for everything.
Yeah. There, you ever notice there is like a creed to thieves? They have they are the most respected of all.
Yeah.
Of all criminals, I would say.
Yeah.
Because there's a justification a lot of times to it. There's a code. There's an oath that they take. No man left behind.
What code would yours be?
If I was a thief.
Yes. What is the code that Noah lives by if you were a thief?
I would say no guns.
No guns. Deal.
Yeah. No guns.
All right. We're making a pact right now.
No guns. No weapons.
Okay. No. So the only thing that you would use your 2 hands in your mouth.
Your stealth. Your mental.
Oh, here's another thing.
Acumen.
I don't steal money.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about money.
Because you can't.
I would never steal money.
Right, because you can't afford. You only steal what you can afford.
What you can afford. What do you mean? What if you steal?
If you steal
$100.
I've stolen so many things. No, you can't steal $100 because that means you. How do you pay back the $100?
You've stolen a lot of things. What else have you stolen?
Wait, hold on. First off, hello crew. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? My name is Jonathan Garano.
I'm Noah Finling.
And welcome to
the Bottle Club.
We're about to talk about some things. Now, wait. I want to go touch back on this guacamole thing.
Okay.
So everything that I do has purpose. Either I'm really hungry and I have only like $10 in my bank account back in the day, so therefore I'm going to steal up to $10.
Yeah.
Number 2, the guacamole thing. I had this idea where I wanted to make a bunch of guacamole, go to a college campus, and make this guacamole with the sign that says free guacamole, go take it. And as students were walking by at UC Berkeley across Sproul Hall, I would hand them a bowl of guacamole.
Yeah.
And they would eat it, and we filmed it, and they were really happy. And they go, why did you do this? And I just felt compelled to do this.
Yeah.
So there is some sort of purpose.
Totally.
It's just not it's either because I'm dead broke or because I want to take it and be selfless with it.
Yeah. You want to give it to other people.
Right, but I have stolen
It
a
is
lot
like
of
Robin
things.
Hood.
It is like Robin Hood.
You steal from corporate grocery America.
I only grocery store back in the day I haven't stolen in many. When's the last time I've stolen? Hold on. Yeah, many years.
Okay.
Many years. I think.
I'm glad it was many years.
Hope. Well, I've stolen. Let's see. USB drives. So this is what I would do. Let's say I needed some batteries from Best Buy, or maybe a USB, or maybe a IC recorder of some sort.
Right.
You go in, and the first thing you do is you take the material, and as you're walking around the store, again, asking the service workers where certain materials are, you start ripping the bottom half of things, and then it falls into your hand. And then you take the I'm horrible.
No,
the
this is amazing.
The package, and you go to like a backpack, and you put that package in there. I'm not going to leave the empty thing right there, because when you're affable, when I'm Asian, so there's a lot of privilege there.
Yeah.
So they don't think this guy steals.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you how I was able to how this ability has gotten to me to elite conferences. Can I tell you one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really excited. All right, so I was at the time. I was the manager for Simple Pickup. It was this YouTube channel that likes to do pranks and pick up girls. And one of their main things is they like to go to Comic-Con in San Diego to be able to, again, do more pranks and also interview the patrons of the Comic-Con individuals. However, tickets were sold out, and 2, we always wanted to sneak in. And I remember on the first day when I wasn't there, they're like, hey, Jonathan, we're unable to do it. I know that you can do it. Can you come? And so I drove from San Francisco all the way to San Diego at that time. And I'm like, I got you. The day opens. This is the second day of Comic-Con, okay? 2013. I arrive. And there's 3 layers, okay? I want you to think about this. Comic-Con, there's an arena.
Yeah.
There's 3 layers. The first layer is everybody can be there.
Yeah.
Second layer is that you need a ticket, right? Third layer is you're actually inside the arena.
You're VIP.
No, you're actually like walking around the conference.
Got it.
So there's like security check. This is where everybody with the second layer is like where all the ticket holders are staying. Third layer is the actual Comic-Con situation.
Got
it. Also, where you get the tickets is up on this elevator. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, all right, let's plan, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out, Jonathan. Let's figure this out. So I walked in, and I went up to the escalator, up where the ticket booth is. And this is the ticket situation. It's like 5 layers of long tables with these old 60-year-old women with computers. And when I arrived there was a security guard. I look at the security guard. I'm like, okay. Hi. I'm like, yo, you have a wonderful day. I'll be right back. So I go back to the first layer, and I see this kid. He's just sitting down, laying down, like just chilling. And I look at his pass, and it says, like, 1 day pass. I'm like, ooh, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go to him like, hey, I know it's around 1 o'clock. Day's almost done. This is a 1 day pass. Are you done with Comic-Con about? He's like, yeah, I'm kind of tired. Can I give you $20 to purchase that? And he's like, $20? And I go, yes, $20. And he's like, you know what? Okay. I'm like, thank you so much.
How much was that pass?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I gave him the $20. He gave it to me.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this is perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We give each other a hug.
You're like a Jedi.
I don't know. I got so lucky.
Yeah.
So then I go back up to the ticket.
Yeah.
The ticket place. Boom. So I go up to the old ladies. Remember, I already scoped out the entire scene.
Yeah.
Old ladies, computer, tickets of the Comic-Con are right next to their computer.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say old ladies is because everybody else was like mixture of different ages, but I knew that if I attacked those old ladies, I could definitely do some ninja work where their old age, they're not going to be able to see my ninja moves.
Yeah.
They're not going to be that observant. So I go to the third row.
Yeah.
I go to the first old lady crew with the laptops and the things.
Ladies.
I'm like, hello, hi. And they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God, I love your hair. They're like, oh my God. And I'm
It's
like,
gray.
I'm like, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for Comic-Con. I already have my ticket, but I'm trying to get my friends' tickets. And they go, so what's the last name? And I just say my last name. Oh, it's Garano. It's Gaurano. And they're like typing Gaurano. Like, oh, we can't find it. Oh, sometimes it's Reyes Garano. Like, try that. And as they're typing, since they're old and they're like barely, they can barely type with their fingers, I take my hands and I go up and I swipe like 3 tickets and I put it into my pocket. But here's the thing too.
Dude, you could have gotten so much trouble for that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So I swiped that too. But those are just tickets. But you also need the plastic.
Yeah.
Like the plastic roundabouts.
Right. Because then you look weird, right?
Then,
if you don't have the
because
necklace.
you can't just do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, hurry up. And then I take like I took another couple plastics and I put it down. And as they're going, I'm like, oh, you can't find my name? And they're like, no, but I'm like, it's okay. I have a ticket right here. And they're like, okay, that's fine. And then you walk to this entrance.
How did no one see you do that?
I don't know. Oh, also, and then when you walk towards like the entrance, they have like this like pamphlet that I took. So that's like cool. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And so then you're on the top layer of the arena, like you're on the arena 3. You're on the top layer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this again because I have to get more tickets. Simple pickup. We have like a crew of like 10, 12 people. I only got 2 extra tickets.
Yeah.
So I go back downstairs, and I go to Kong Pham, who is the leader of Simple Pickup, and I say to him, yo, bro, this is what you need to do. You need to go up. I'm going to give you this ticket. Go up. Then from there, you're going to see 2 old ladies. Go up, tell them your last name. As they're searching, you're going to swipe. You got this. He goes up. He fails. He comes back. He's like, I was unable to do it. I was just too nervous, Jonathan. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fine, I'm going to do this. I'm going to think this. I'm going to do this for all of us, okay? Yeah. For all 12 of us. We got this. We look at me like.
Wait, why didn't you guys just get tickets?
Because that's not how we roll, Noah.
Why don't you just buy tickets?
Do it for the story. I don't know. It was a last minute decision to go to Comic-Con, I guess.
All right. Keep going.
Yeah. So we're there. Yeah. We're there. They're like, Jonathan, you got this. You got this. I'm like, this is why they paid me 7.5% of whatever they made that year. So they high five. We got this. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? I'm trying to think. I'm like, and then the luckiest of lucky things can happen. A couple walks up to me and goes, hey, can we buy your tickets? We're trying to get into Comic-Con. And I look at them straight in the face and I think, ooh, nice pawns. And I go, hey, actually, would you like to help me steal some tickets? Because I know exactly what to do. And they're like, yeah, we would love to do that. So I tell them the plan. We're going to go upstairs. There's going to be a security guard. Let me walk in first because I have the ticket.
Who are these random people?
2 random white people. Yeah. I don't know. They're a couple.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God. Yeah, don't worry. The cop kind of knows me, so it's okay. So he's not going to be that suspicious, but he might be a little suspicious.
Yeah.
So you just don't act sus, because when you act sus, bad things happen. And then as you're going up and saying their name, start swiping. And they're like, okay, so we go up. And I'm like, oh, by the way, I've already went to the 3rd row, so we have to go to the 2nd row instead. And they're like, okay, so we're on the first layer before the 2, 3. First layer, then we go up the escalator, and the security guard sees me, and I look, and it's another fucking security guard.
Different guy.
I wave, and when I wave, and I start going into the ticket room, I could sense like his like furrowed brow closing in, looking at me, going, what the fuck? Who are these? Who is this guy? Why did he just wave at me? Why does he have a ticket already? And then the 2 people that are behind me, they're acting sus.
Yeah.
They're sweating a little bit. They're looking around. They have their arms folded. I'm like, oh no, this is bad news. But whatever. I'm committed. We get to row number 2, and this fucking couple, they don't pick some old ladies. They pick a generic, regular person who's observant.
Yeah.
Like a 30-something-year-old. Like, bro, what are you doing? So they go up, and they start going to the people like, yo, this is our last name. Can you find them? And as they're talking, I can see from the corner of my eye that security guard walking towards us. And this is where I go, okay, Jonathan, what do I do? And I look around, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, Jesus Christ came down from the heavens and threw me a miracle. And over there was a bright, shining sign that said guest services. And I saw like 2 people like lined up there. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So those 2 people, fuck them. I left. You know, this is The Walking Dead. The cop is zombies. I am out of there.
Yeah, you're also a zombie too.
I guess so. So I'm just like, I'm walking to the guest services, and I line up at the guest services. And as I'm behind the guest services, I see behind them is a box full of clear badges and tickets. Like in 2 separate boxes. You have the clear one, and then like just like those rows of tickets. And I'm like,
Comic-Con's got to figure out their ticket situation.
And I'm like, well, this is 2013, so I don't know. Maybe they changed it after this. And I was like, oh my God, this is dope. And then, as luck would have it, because I'm lucky, I see a bunch of people, a.k.a. volunteers of Comic-Con, going into the back section of the guest services. So I'm like, this is perfect. So I just walk in with that crowd, and pretty soon I'm in the back section of the guest services where the tickets, I see the brown boxes of tickets and the clear badges right there. And I'm like, okay, how do I get there? How do I get there? Because, you know, there's a curtain, right? So you got to like, because we're behind the curtain, and then you go through the curtain, and then you can grab, you can like dip.
Yeah.
So there's about like, 20 volunteers, 30, and then you have the supervisor right in the middle. And then she goes, is everybody ready to volunteer for Comic-Con? And we're like, woo! We start high-fiving, and I go to the person, are you excited, dude? High five, high five. And then because my ego is inflated, I raise my hand and I go, but what happens if I see like a really cool celebrity? Can I just stop volunteering and doing what I'm doing? And then she starts laughing, and everyone starts laughing. Oh, yeah, I'm just joking around. This is Josh, and, just joking around. High five, high five. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, everyone, let's get to work. Hooray. And as everybody starts leaving, I look to the side and I see a backpack. I'm like, oh, God, this is perfect. And I take the backpack, and I reach under the curtain, and I just fucking take the lanyards and like a box of tickets, and I go whoosh, whoosh, inside the backpack, and I put the backpack underneath my massive shirt like this, like so it's like bulging like I'm pregnant, and I get out and I fucking run. I just run as fast as I can. I get back downstairs.
See the boys,
and they're like, dude, what happened? What happened, bro? What happened? And I go, ta-da!
Oh my God.
We had like 30 fucking tickets. We go back, we lay everything out, the lanyards, and we lay everything. But the one bad thing was that year was amazing, and my phone had over 1,000 photos, and that phone got stolen. But I do have, so I wish I could have fucking
karma?
Those photos. Yeah, maybe it was karma. Well, yeah, actually. I was thinking more about the photos.
Oh.
And that's when I learned about iCloud.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was
everything was in the cloud?
Yeah, because I wish I did that. Because everything to me was about proof. Like, but yeah, so that's...
Jeez, man.
That's one...
That was like the uncut gems of Comic-Con.
Yeah. So
I was like very stressed out listening to that story.
Really?
I'm not going to lie. It made me very anxious.
It was so much fun. I mean, that's one of 5 conferences.
I'm like, I can't believe you didn't get in trouble.
No,
you could have probably gotten into a lot of trouble,
bro. Like I've done 5 conferences, and one of them I stole like over $30,000 worth of VIP tickets by mistake, but it's whatever.
By mistake?
Well, because I didn't know. I was just like, oh, I'm here. I gotta grab. But that's another story for another day.
I am not good at hijinks.
You're not,
or heist. I'm really bad. I'm a get caught guy.
Oh.
I'm a get caught guy.
You're a get caught guy. Hashtag get caught.
Hashtag get caught. If I do something wrong, I will get caught. I'm a terrible person to do any sort of heist, mischief.
Right.
I will rat you out. I will rat you out immediately.
You would?
I'll fucking rat out anybody.
You're a narc?
I'm a fuck. Not. I mean.
Oh my God.
In the right situation, yes. Fuck that. I'm not going to jail.
Oh my God. Can we be friends? I don't want to do anything shady near you ever again, bro.
No, I'm not like a narc where I'm like seeking out the cops to get you in trouble. But
Oh, you would fold. Like, let's say you're in a room.
but
with
if we're like, yeah, let's say I'm in this situation.
Right.
You know what? In that situation, I'm not saying I would rat you out, but I would say, yeah, I did it. I'm stealing. I would just come forward. I wouldn't try to run or hide or lie.
Oh, when you get caught, you could be like, yes, I stole that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like, if we were in
you wouldn't go like, he did it.
If I was getting in trouble for something that you did that I was like totally against it from the start.
Oh, then you're out. Yeah.
Then
yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
well,
no,
it's
I'm
called
out.
it's like when you do something, you have to understand with all your crew and you're a thief.
Yeah.
That you're like, hey,
that's the code of the thief.
It's every man for himself.
That's it.
But I'm never gonna be like you.
No. I don't think I would explicitly be like, you did it. But like, look, I'll tell you a story. So in high school, there was a senior scavenger hunt, and I was a judge with some of my friends. And on the list, the scavenger hunt list for a lot of points was a smartboard. Do you know what a smartboard is?
Explain.
For the crew, a smartboard is something used in academic institutions, usually high schools, elementary schools, where you can basically draw on a giant screen it's like a whiteboard that you can like draw on, and it's like basically a computer screen.
Oh, yes, okay.
You could show videos, it's basically like a giant monitor.
I love this.
Very interactive. So we put a smartboard. Me and my friends, we're not thinking the only place to get a smartboard is at a school. Yeah. We're not thinking anyone's going to be able to actually do that. There were things on that list that we rewarded people for their inventiveness. Like if someone had brought in a giant cardboard and wrote "smart" on it, maybe that would have gotten some points. It's a joke. Most of the scavenger hunt list was a joke. There was an 18-wheeler on the scavenger hunt list.
Okay, this makes sense.
There's a kiddie pool of raw meat on the scavenger hunt list.
Okay.
People do these things, but they're insane. It's a very ridiculous list and evening. So we put smartboard on the list. The night goes on. People are bringing carloads of their scavenger hunt list. We're calculating, we're counting, tabulating points. And then all of a sudden, we look off in the distance and we see a big Hummer coming towards us. And on top of the Hummer is a smartboard. And me and the judges are like, what is going on? And it's like a scene from a movie. It's a giant parking lot of high school kids with just their cars filled with all of this junk and crap,
Oh my God.
And and through that sea, we see a Hummer come down, giant Hummer. People like hanging out of its windows, going crazy. Everyone's honking their horns. We did it. And then they get right to the line of judges. It was choreographed like a movie. The Hummer pulls up like 10, 15 feet away from the line of judges. And this is what I remember. Maybe some of this is made up in my head.
Who knows?
It's been 10 years, but this is what I remember. They counted to 3.
Right.
And they launched the smartboard off of the Hummer.
Oh my God.
It landed in front of the Hummer. They all get out and start jumping on it. I'm not going to lie. I thought I heard them yelling anarchy. That might have just been me. It might just be in my head, and I'm just like, I've seen too many fucking movies. Like,
anarchy.
I've seen Project X, and it's just, But I do remember some of that. Yeah. So they jump on it, and we're like, "Fuck! What the fuck?" Me and the judges are like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" These kids fucking. We find out that we asked them what happened. They broke into the school and they got the smartboard.
No way.
And they're like, "You told us to do it," and we're like, "We didn't tell you to do it. It was a scavenger hunt, Like we didn't think you would. If we put murder on there,
we didn't think that you were gonna fucking
Yeah, we put murder on there. You're like, I fucking killed the guy.
It's on you, not on me.
It's on you. That you put it on the list. How many points do we get? So, we end up I think just being like, scavenger hunt's over.
Right.
This is done. Judges, we get together, and me and my friend, we take the smartboard and we put it in my friend's car, and we end up figuring out a way to get in touch with the chief of police.
Wow, what a nice guy.
and we tell him
What happened?
what happened. And he says, thank God you didn't just come right to the police station with that smartboard, because we were attending to that break-in. Knowing we would have just arrested you immediately. You would have admitted to stealing the smartboard. You'd been like, we have the smartboard. We'd be like, well, you're under arrest. We've been looking for you guys. But it wasn't us. We didn't want to get in trouble for that. So we said, these kids did this.
You're not being a rat.
And those kids were like, they hated us. They hated us. I think one of them tried to kick my friend's ass. Like, they hate us. And those are good kids too. They're good kids. We're just fucking stupid. Like, all those people are great people now. And we're then, we're just fucking drunk and stupid, and we think this matters. It's senior year. And yeah, they were really mad at us. I think they got into a little bit of trouble, but the cops, I think they did the right thing. They were like, we're not going to, one got hurt. Okay, the window broke. It's a scavenger hunt, whatever.
Everyone's white.
I don't think everyone was white.
Okay.
But that might not be true. I don't remember.
But no,
maybe.
But you're not a rat. This is like, hey, listen, this is what happened, and I want to do a good deed.
I mean,
what's
you don't want
the
to
deed? You don't want to get in trouble.
So it's a good deed if I do it for myself?
Well, you're doing it for yourself and your friends.
Yeah,
there's a layer to the thievery. It's like your friend and your friend circle matters the most.
Yeah.
But when you go into the job, every man for himself. Like, you're gonna try your best to help them, but at the same time, when the heat is on,
yeah. There's an article I could send it to you. We could put it up. We could show it to the Discord if we want to see it.
Yeah, join the Discord. It'll be there.
Yeah.
Fuck. See, this is why I wish my phone did get stolen, so they know about the Comic-Con story.
No, it's okay.
But then,
I felt really bad though. I felt really guilty about. I just didn't want to ruin those kids' lives, because I don't think they didn't want to do that. Like, we were just having fun, But I think it ended up being okay. Like, I think all those kids, they did a little community service, and I think it was fun. Like, there was like a hint that like maybe some of them wouldn't be able to get into their college or whatever. But I think it ended up being fun.
I have a question. Why did you decide to tell the chief of police?
I was just like, I just felt what they did. I felt it was wrong. I don't think they were bad people for doing it. I could see myself getting caught up in something like that. I have gotten caught up in things like that.
That makes sense.
I think did I tell the story about when I took dumps on my middle school, all my friends?
You took dumps in your middle school?
Me and my buddies in middle school, we took dumps into brown paper bags and wrote our middle school teachers' names on it. Halloween night, we duct taped them around the school.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Fuck yes.
I mean,
I love this.
Well, we got into a lot of trouble. Okay, here's to never getting a job again.
Well, hey,
I think that's too late. I think I've decided to actively ruin my life every day, and I'm better for it.
That's why we joined this podcast.
That's why we joined it. Yeah. So it's freshman year, and me and my boys. Halloween night. For years, the night before Halloween, it's called Goosey Night. I don't know. Is that a thing in other places?
No, I don't know. I have no idea what Goosey Night is.
Goosey Night. It's mischief night. You go out and you cause mischief around the town, toilet papers, eggs, whatever.
Wow.
My parents, and I think a lot of my friends' parents, we never really were allowed out that night. My parents knew. I had older siblings. They knew what happened that night. They didn't want me to have anything to do with it, so they didn't let me out. So freshman year, Halloween, I think we were like, had this instinct of like, let's do our mischief night on Halloween,
Okay, this is
great. Let's do our thing, And I don't remember how the idea came about. I think it might have been my idea. Honestly, it might have been my idea. Now that I'm remembering one of my friends saying that it was my idea.
So there you go. The idea to poop in bags.
So I guess I and maybe one other person had the idea of what we could do is take dumps in brown paper bags, write our middle school teachers' names on it, duct tape them around the school. And everyone's like, this is a great idea.
It's a great idea.
We got to do this.
This is a fantastic idea.
I think at one point someone else was like, well, we need to wear masks while we do it so we don't get caught. And we're like, great. I mean, these are all white kids. Yes. These are all white kids.
The privilege of
these are white
crime.
Jews. These are white Jews.
You could get away with it. It's fine.
So we all go to Spencer's Goods at the mall and get masks. I got a Freddy Krueger mask.
Love this.
Freddy Krueger mask. We got all different types of like scary masks. Like we didn't get like robber like ski masks. We got like because it's Halloween, right? So
you got to go with the times.
Yeah, we got to go with the times. So that day at lunch, Halloween day, We eat a lot of Chinese food, and we all say we're not going to go to the bathroom until we get to my friend's place.
Ooh, smart.
So
a lot of oily food.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to have some diarrhea or large poops.
Yes.
Some bananas, I'm
Make
guessing.
Make it count.
Make it count.
Make it count. So we get to my friend's place, and we start writing. We're all like, what teachers should we write?
Yeah.
How funny is this going to be? And we write these teachers' names on it. And then and then we each go into the bathroom one by one and start to defecate into the brown paper bag.
Nice.
And then we had a whole system. Then we passed it to my friend, and my friend put it like in New Jersey. There's like you have a basement.
Yeah.
There's a window in the basement that's leading up to the ground.
It's like Little Rascals.
Yeah.
You're passing.
I'm passing someone's giving me a bag. I poop in it.
It's an assembly line of poop.
Yeah, let's get that down. It's teacher's name, it's bag, it's poop. It's up.
Yes.
So we're like storing it. We got a whole system going.
I love this system.
Yeah.
I love Amazon can learn a lot from this.
Total great supply chain management.
I love this.
Yeah, my friend's mom comes downstairs as he
Right.
is taking the bags. And my friend's mom is like, "What are you guys doing?"
What are you doing?
And my friend looks at my friend's mom and goes, "We're trying to figure out how to escape." Mom, leave us alone. And she goes,
And she bought it?
She's like, "Okay." She goes upstairs.
These white Jewish kids, man.
Yeah. So we're like, "Oh wow, I guess we're gonna go through with this."
Yeah, you have to.
We wait till nightfall.
Dun dun dun.
Nightfall comes. We put their masks on, and we go outside. We grab the bags. We walk to the middle school. We had written like a chart. You're gonna go on this side. Hey buddy, you're gonna go there. You're gonna go on this side of school.
I love this chart.
One person put the bag in the sign. You know how every sign has every school has a sign out front. Put it in the sign. You know, all of it. Miss Smith's lunch.
Yeah.
Miss whatever. Mr. Gabriel's lunch. You know. So we break up. We're going around. We're duct taping them. We meet back up, and we are like on such a high. We're like, we're the coolest.
Dude, we put their names in
We
paper
did
bags
it,
and
dude.
it's poop.
This is the best prank ever. Finally. And then we see a teacher that we all know very well. A very well respected, very well liked teacher.
Oh, no.
He's walking around.
Oh, no.
We are so dumb.
God damn it.
That we go to him.
Oh, my God.
And we go, Mr. Blank, Mr. Blank. Guess what we just did?
And you told them what you guys...
And we told him exactly what we did.
Why?
Because we're idiots.
And then what did he do?
And he didn't like it.
Of course.
He did not think it was funny, but I don't remember. I mean, my friends will maybe listen to this and tell me I may have some of my facts wrong. I mean, it was a long time ago, but I don't remember him saying anything or saying we were going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So we just take off. I don't think he liked him. We just leave. We go out to a party or trick or treating.
Well, middle schoolers doing a party. Jesus.
No, we're in high school. We're freshmen.
Freshman high school. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was to our middle school. Next day, we go in, and we are telling everyone at the school. We just are not shutting the fuck up.
That's not what you do as criminals.
We're telling everyone. We're like, we're so cool. Everyone thinks it's so funny. You know?
It is funny.
Yeah. And a month goes by, and we're thinking we're clear and free of this.
Yeah.
And then one day, a friend who did this with us on a Friday gets called into the principal's office. Oh, no. Principal says, "Did you and so-and-so and so-and-so poop in bags and duct tape it on the middle school?"
And he goes, "Yes."
And I think he said yes, or maybe they already knew. They might have already known, and what they said to him was, "On Monday, we're going to call all you guys down here. We're going to tell you what we're going to do with you."
This is fun.
So school breaks out. Our friend gathers all us around. It's our other friend who wasn't there that night because he's a smart guy and didn't want to get in trouble. He was like, "I don't want to do this."
Very, very smart.
It was his birthday this Friday night. So we're all going to his birthday.
Yeah.
And we were such assholes. We ruined his birthday because we couldn't stop talking about what we were going to do. What are we going to tell them? Are we going to lie? What's the story? What happened?
You have your story put together.
We're freaking out. And we ruined his birthday. And I hopefully I've apologized to him since. He's still a good friend of mine. So, and
all your good friends, your good friends.
So we ruined his birthday. My mom picks us up. We're all decide at the birthday, we need to have a sleepover tonight because we need to like just get our story straight. So my mom picks us all up, takes us to another kid's house.
Like this.
And nobody's talking in the car. We get to my friend's house. Everyone gets out. My mom goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "I'm not okay. But I'll tell you why in the morning." Which is like, what?
Yeah.
My mom was like, not going to be like, okay.
Right.
She was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't tell you right now. I have to go in the house. She was like, what are you? She was so like worried. She was like, what are you talking about? And I managed to calm her down enough to leave.
Right.
Somehow. I don't know how. And then that night we're like trying to figure out what our story is. And I think ultimately we decide that I think we were like, we're just going to tell them the truth. I mean, what
you have to tell them
they
the
know.
Truth.
I'm feeling so guilty that night. This is why I can't do crime. I'm feeling so guilty that night because now that we're going to get in trouble,
right.
What am I going to tell my parents? They're going to be so upset. Also, I'm about to play high school basketball. Maybe they're going to kick me off the team.
Maybe I won't be able to go to college.
Maybe I won't be able to go to college. Suspended, expelled. What's going on? This is a
high stakes situation.
Well, this is a crime. This is vandalism on state property. You know.
And I mean, you guys are guilty. You guys have been bragging it to the world.
100%, we're guilty. So I get up so early, 6 o'clock in the morning. I call my parents. Hey, can you pick me up? Sure. And they can tell something's not right.
Right.
I get in there, and my mom's like, what's going on? Immediately, my dad, what's going on? You're not going up to your room. Tell us what's up. And I tell him.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, and when did this happen?
Yeah.
I say, a month ago on Halloween. She said, you've been living under my house for a month? Well, you just shit all over that fucking school?
Love this.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I lied to you. And she goes, your father and I have raised good kids in this town for 25 years. We're good people. And now I got the shit son. Now I'm the shit mother with the shit family. And everybody's going to know that we're the shit family. I can't even look at you. Go up to your room. I'm not talking to you.
You know, if you think about it, that's a mother that loves you.
She's like, you're fucking grounded. Grounded. You're not. She was like, I don't give a shit what plans you have. It's done. I go up to my room, and this is one of the only times in my life where I was like, I want to die. Wow. I got in trouble many times after this for things, but I really like her disappointment in me. Like I never saw her like that. Like where she was like, I can't look at you.
This is why you can't be a criminal, because you're thinking about your mom in that situation.
Yeah. So, my dad was like, he was down to talk to me, but he was really pissed. He was really pissed, and his whole thing was like, we are going to watch movies and I'm going to show you literature about standing up and against group mind.
Right.
Not succumbing to, oh, this is so funny, we're all going to have so much fun.
When is this peer pressure going on?
Yeah. And I don't look, I think I came up with the idea. So it's like not fair to say that it was like peer pressure, but it was like we were all like, nobody was thinking for themselves. Like if one of us would have been like, guys, I don't know, this is funny, but like we really shouldn't do it. Maybe we wouldn't have done it.
Right.
So my parents are, my dad's going to start showing me movies and stuff, and watched all these movies, and I think he had me write like articles about leadership and like whatever, like really. And eventually my mom talks to me, but that's down the road. My dad says on that Saturday morning, I tell them the principal's going to take us all down around 9 a.m. To tell us what's going on. And my dad says, no. You're going in. As soon as you get in, you're going to the principal without your friends. And I'm like, no.
No,
and he's
that's
like,
actually really smart.
He was like, no, you're going to say what happened. You're going to say how sorry you are. Before they bring you down, you're going to go there.
Your dad's a really smart man.
And I was like, okay. And I go down there. I tell him I'm hysterically crying. I'm like, feel so bad. I'm like, so sorry we did this. And the guy's like, no problem. He didn't say no problem. He's like, okay, we're going to call you down. Thanks for telling us. We'll call you down in an hour or so. Call us all down. Vice principal goes, oh, so these are the guys.
These are the guys that shit in those bags.
These are the shit guys. He's like, how you doing, guys? Like, he's like, it's like we're caught, you know, walking into the lion's den. And he goes, look, there's 2 ways we want to handle this. The way I want to handle it is I sign this report. It's a vandalism report. I send it to the state, and you could face juvie or charges or whatever and go to juvie. Or the vice principal at the middle school, he's got a little character building program.
Oh, nice.
That he needs help with.
Oh, nice.
You can volunteer your time to him, and we could squash this away. Here's the thing. One of the bags that we put on the school has this guy's name on it, the principal.
Nice.
He has no reason to want to help us.
Of course not.
We told him to eat shit, but he was a really, really sweet, compassionate, nice guy. And, you know, we fucked up. We were good kids. We just fucked up. So we ended up doing this. This is a very long story. I'm very sorry.
I'm listening.
Okay. So we end up volunteering, helping him with this character building program where teachers could, if they saw kids doing a good deed or having character, they would give them a gold coin. At the end of the year, the gold coin, you could buy some shit like that.
Yeah.
So we make some PowerPoints, a couple videos, not a lot of work. It was very minimal Leonard time. At the end of this program, once it's finalized, there's a big ceremony at the middle school. The mayor comes, the superintendent comes. This guy gives us our own bus to bus from the high school to the middle school. It saves us front row seats at this big ceremony to initiate this character building program. And the ceremony happens. The mayor talks. Everyone's saying how great this program is. And at the end, the vice principal says, and I couldn't have done it without the fine young men that volunteered to help build this program from the high school. And then everybody gives us a standing ovation. And we're just like, we shat on this school. We took dumps in this school.
But
I can't believe we're getting applauded right now.
You wouldn't have gotten applauded if you didn't shit on the school.
That's right. So sometimes you got to shit on a school to get an applause break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is a great.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I was grounded for months.
Sometimes crime does pay. What lesson did you learn?
I learned I don't like lying to anybody. I don't like lying.
Yeah.
I learned that it's just not worth it. If something's gonna embarrass your family or you and just get you into unnecessary trouble for what? Like a joke? Like let's be funnier and different with our comedy. But it's weird. I learned also there are real consequences for your actions, and I also learned how lucky I was. A lot could have gone wrong that night.
I think you're very, very fortunate.
A lot could have gone wrong.
You could have got expelled. You
could have gotten shot. A cop could have seen what we were doing and shot us. I mean, that would be insane, but
yeah, I mean that's very
maybe not. Am I going too far?
Yeah, that's going too far.
We could have gotten shot by a shotgun.
I mean, this is
by a SWAT team.
This is going to be weird to say, but I mean, how I see it is that thank God that you're white, but at the same time, the lesson here is, hey, I'm glad that I got caught because now I no longer do crime.
I mean, but it took me a long time for me to learn that lesson because I think I got in trouble, the scavenger hunt thing, that was kind of a little bit of trouble. And then in college, I got in trouble for a fake ID. Right. And I also got in trouble for marijuana possession. And that time, the marijuana thing is where I was like, I don't want to ever. I finally realized I had to hire a lawyer for that. And I can tell that story maybe on another podcast, maybe later. But the lawyer said, Noah, you're a get caught guy. Some people do bad things or some people break the law because, I don't think just because you break the law, it means it's a bad thing. Always there's maybe a gray sort of, gray zone there. But he said, when you break the law, you get caught. You can't break the law. Other people, they break the law. They don't get caught. They can break the law.
It's kind of funny. My mother said the same thing about me. that I'm a get caught guy. Like she always knows.
Yeah.
But how I get caught is not really in that moment.
Yeah.
It's more like karma. So the Comic-Con situation or any other situation,
You lose your phone.
someone steals my phone.
Yeah.
And then even though I help those guys out, there's like drama the next few months and I get fired from them.
Right.
So someone up there is watching us to make sure that in that moment nothing bad happens to us, but we have to face some sort of consequence.
I mean, it was very clear to me white privilege was a thing early on. I will say I learned that lesson early on because look at that. I mean, look at all. You're absolutely right. I was so lucky that it ended up being okay. That these people ended up not wanting to charge us with everything they could. You know.
Well, I'm glad that you were able. So there's a motto that I have, and the motto is diffs, DIFS. It's do it for the story.
Yeah.
And whenever there is a slight hesitation to do anything, and maybe you'd be very risk adverse, of course, you do it because you have to do it for the story.
I don't know.
So in this case,
I agree with that, but in some ways I don't. Like I don't ever.
Well, it's risk adverse. It depends your risk tolerance. Yeah. And in this case, it was.
I have a very low risk tolerance.
Well, then I'm glad that you don't do any more crime.
Very low. I am very. The feeling of guilt to me it's it's hard to deal with. I want to throw up. Wait, don't tell me about your weekend.
The weekend? Oh, the weekend was great. On Friday, my friend, she had like this Facebook event. Yeah. That I didn't even know that I was invited to, and it said a Nerf gun tournament. And I was like, oh my God, do it for the story. This would be fucking fantastic to go play. Yeah. And right when I was about to think about the decision if I wanted to go, I started texting my friend in San Francisco to say, hey, I'm headed to SF. Could I stay at your place? Yeah. He says yes. And then on top of that, he goes, by the way, UC Berkeley is playing against USC. Ooh. Now, I don't know if you know this, but USC has always won in our stadium at UC Berkeley.
I'm familiar with the
since
story.
2003. Yeah. So this is a big fucking game. This is a big deal. If we win, this is 17 years. Yeah. 17 years of waiting to see if we would win in our Memorial Stadium at UC Berkeley.
Yeah. Been there.
So I'm like, fuck it. I have to do this. I'm going to go to the Nerf gun tournament and I'm going to go to this football game. I leave, I get there, I sleep, I wake up, whatever. The game begins, and I see these fucking USC people, and they have this little slogan. It's fight on, fight on. Yeah. I
hate this shit.
I look at straight in their fucking face, and I go, fight off.
Yeah.
Fight off.
Fuck you.
We win. I scream, it sucks to suck, USC. It sucks to suck.
Yeah.
And it was fabulous. And then
doesn't it feel so good? I know what you feel. I went to Arizona State. Like I'm a Pac-12 guy, and we hate ASU as well. We hate USC as well.
They fucking suck. So sucks to suck USC. And then the next day, it was really fun to have a Nerf gun tournament.
That's great.
So that's that was my weekend. How was your weekend?
I did a lot of shows in San Diego. And they were very fun, but one of them was like ruined by like 5 good-looking white women in the front row that would just not stop talking. The whole show, every joke, you say something like, "Oh my God, I do that too." "Oh my God, Samantha, that's so funny you do that."
So did you ever approach them and say, "Shut the fuck up"?
So when I was on set, I guess they had seen a spider like come up from the ceiling,
right?
And like kind of spider down to them, and someone next to them was like, "Oh, there's a spider right there," and she screams in the middle of my set, "Oh my God, it's a spider! Oh my God!" Like screams, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so annoying," because I'm taping it, like I'm trying to get a good tape, I'm trying to work on jokes, and I'm like, I cannot believe you had to have, and then the spider's like gone. And I'm like, I can't believe you had to have a panic attack. And then like other comics went up, and like one of them said to this girl, this great comic, "This isn't going well for you." Said that to her in the middle of her set. Another one said that he said that he used to be overweight, and she laughed. Like, she was like, "Oh my God, yeah." Like it was.
Were these girls drunk?
They must have been, but it's like drunk white women ruin comedy shows. The confidence level is through the roof. They think they can't handle a night that's not about themselves. It's not about them. It's so frustrating. It was crazy. I talked to the host after, who tried to say something, but he was so funny. He looked at me and he goes, "They're just too hot. They won't be able to stop."
So there's also like hot privilege that I totally understand. So that fucking sucks. And then so you just like let that go in San Diego, but also San Diego's a shit city. That's right. I said it. San Diego's a shit city.
I really like San Diego. I mean, as far as comedy goes, it's one of the best. It's a really great city to perform in. The audiences are typically really good there, but occasionally you get some drunk people at every comedy show. And I often find, I don't want to be offensive, but I often find it's like white women who have had too many spritzers. And it's just like, it's really frustrating. And then my friend did try to say something to them, and they like got offended. Like, how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you interrupt these us? And we just happen to be very hot women. So how fucking dare you?
But what's frustrating is like these people, they paid to see us. So they paid. It's crazy. They bought. It was BYOB. They bought alcohol to go to the show. They paid a ticket to go to the show for them to just talk the whole time.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating. Needless to say, great shows. I had a great time. Very exhausting. I drove back and forth from San Diego to LA every single night.
So you went to downtown San Diego.
I was in downtown San Diego. I was in Ocean Beach, and I was in Hillcrest.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yeah.
So you did drive a lot.
I drove a lot.
You have to go through that border, and then there's the Ocean's 11 casino that's right there. On the
Yeah,
side.
I drove a lot. It was very fun. I love road trips with comics. You know, we just have a great time.
There was like five of them.
No, it was Friday night was me and two others, and then Saturday night was me and two others. Yeah, we just carpooled. It was a great time. So that was my weekend. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. These white women, man.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about
them? Sleep with them?
I guess so. I mean, I am married to one.
We're married to a beautiful white woman.
Yes, we are both married to my wife.
Yes. So that's always good. Have you heard of this book called Sex at Dawn?
Is that about ethical non-monogamy?
Ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now, and I'm because I was thinking about this, and I think we'll end here. I mean, guys, join the Discord, by the way. We have even more stories coming up. It's exciting. You can always leave a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast. And when you leave a 5-star review and you leave your Instagram handle, guess what? We'll video DM you. Shout out to Shrey, who DM'd me the other day. Appreciate you. I'll put the screenshot here.
Yeah.
No, so I was thinking about this, right? So I was like, I'm in the dating game.
Uh-huh.
And there was this girl, long distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking to myself, because she was stressed out, and I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to take a flight or drive like 7 hours to see her.
Yeah.
And right away I thought to myself, oh, she really needs to get fucked right now.
Okay.
She needs to like release, as in she
connection.
She needs to release the stress that she has by sex.
Okay.
Which I think is the best. Stress sex.
Yeah.
And if I'm not going to give it to her, then somebody else should.
Yes.
And then I like thought about this. I'm like, would I get jealous? How do I actually feel about that?
Uh-huh.
And I felt content because I thought about it this way. Her sex with me is going to be completely different than the sex that she has with that guy.
Yeah.
Is it a competition? Maybe. But I'm not going to even be thinking about that. She's having sex with me because she enjoys my way of having sex with her.
Yeah.
So then after I got through that in my head, I said, I can do open relationships. Wow. I can do ethical non-monogamy.
But that's different than an open relationship. Can you explain it to our audience? There is a slight difference, right?
Well,
there's a difference between polyamory
right
and ethical non-monogamy, right?
I mean, I'm only in chapter 1.
Okay.
But how I see it is ethical non-monogamy is you're going up and you're making it very clear to each individual partner that, hey, I am going to definitely see other people, and we have to be very communicative about it. And what I mean, like non being the polyamorous is like sometimes you share each other. In this case, it's one-on-one all the time.
And isn't it?
So I'm having a relationship with Noah, but Noah's not going to intervene with Morgan and I.
Right. But isn't there an element of ethical monogamy where like you have a wife, you have a relationship with your wife,
right,
or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever it is, and then you have partners outside of that, but you're not. That is strictly a physical experience relationship. It is not a emotional romantic relationship.
There you go. That's ethical non-monogamy. So it's like each individual person has something that others do not.
Right.
But there's that one primary individual that you absolutely love. People may call it like cheating or however it may be, but it is this like, hey, I am with you for one particular reason only, and guess what? My partner is okay with this.
Yes.
When I had my ex-girlfriend, I remember in 2012 when we were long distance, there was this guy that was coming in and flirting with her, and our relationship was on the rocks. And she told me that one day they were sitting down. His name was this fucking Korean guy named. And I looked at the photo. I'm like, who are you? And so they're sitting down.
Who is this guy?
Who's this guy? So basically, remember how I talked about there's always those guys that are circling around and waiting to see if any moment, like your girlfriend that you're with at the time, is going to go after your girlfriend, especially
there's
if
sharks
they
in the
know
water.
that you are having an issue.
Yeah.
So we're on the rocks, and he can tell, and she's opening herself up to him as a friend, but then he's doing the sneaky, sly words that are comforting, but also, hey, I like you.
Yeah. He's making it clear that I'm not going to push an agenda, but if you want to, I am open to that.
Right. So they're sitting, she told me vividly, like they were sitting down like on this ledge.
Yeah.
And they were talking.
Yeah.
And then he leans in for a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, he knows that we're together. I even drove him once from San Francisco to to LA.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he leans in for a kiss, and she backs away, and she goes, no. The next day, she gives me a call, and she says, hey, what do you think about being in an open relationship? And I think about it, and I make this move. I think now I don't know what I would say, but at that time, I gave her a call and I said, hey, listen, it's either him or me.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want. I can walk away. It's either him or me. And then I turned off the phone and I waited. And she ended up picking me, which is cool. But it was I don't know why I'm opening up about this, but it was very hurtful because I'm thinking about it more and more. It's like this is an evolving thesis because we ended up getting back together in 2012 off the rocks. And it was like during like November, December, so the holiday season, and we're driving around because I do decide to pick her up, and we're now like not long distance because I'm trying to salvage this relationship. And she leaves her phone in my car, and I do what an insecure boyfriend would do at the time.
Don't tell me you went through it.
Who thinks that she's probably cheating on me. And I look at the phone, and sure enough, they're texting back and forth. She's not sleeping with him, but she's emotionally cheating on me in a massive way.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back in the car. My heart sinks. I'm like, no, Jonathan, it's okay. Yeah, it's just they're just texting back and forth. They're saying some stuff.
Yeah.
She's making a decision to be with me. It's probably going to blow over. A week later, I'm at her place, and she leaves her laptop on.
Yeah.
And
no.
Facebook Messenger.
No.
As an insecure boyfriend would do at the time, who's trying to salvage a relationship where your girlfriend at the time goes, hey, can we be in an open relationship?
Yeah.
By the way, I had to guess. I was like trying to guess the guy that she was seeing. That's how nervous. She didn't tell me the name. So I was going around to each guy.
So you're like, yeah.
Who is it?
Initially, when she says,
"Who is it?" I was like talking to all these friends. Who is it? Who is it? And when they finally told me the name, I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is so fucking gross." He's like this.
You're like, he's not hot.
He's not hot. Like
my girl needs to be having sex with a hot guy.
Like even then, I was thinking to myself, like, bro, how could you mess up? She's right there. You could have done a move.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to. Maybe this is karma because I used to in college. I used to have fun with people that were in long distance relationships. Anyway, so I see the Facebook message. It pops up, and they're talking back and forth. And all I will remember, I think, is like, "I like you," and she's like, "I like you too." He says, "I have feelings for you." She's like, "I think I have feelings for you too."
Ugh.
And at the very end, he does like a heart symbol, and then she does it too. Oh man! And I look at that, and I'm like, holy fuck. Oh, man. Like, it... Again, like...
That hurts. Like, that's, like, worse than cheating.
Like, that is cheating.
It's worse than catching cheating. I mean, it is cheating, yeah.
Well, I mean, because, again...
That would kill me.
It's like... Physically... We were good together physically.
Yeah.
Like, we knew each other's bodies... Like no end. I knew exactly how to turn her on. She knew how to exactly turn me on. It was our bedroom was fire.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we stayed together for a while.
Yeah.
But I guess emotionally there was a lot of that was lacking. And so fuck man, she
well, what did you learn from that?
Well, we ended up staying for three more years, but
and she's still texting this guy through those 3 years?
No.
Yeah.
So she walked. So emotional cheating, I think, is worse than physical cheating because I know how to turn my girlfriend on, but when it comes to the emotional aspect, it's like that's where I want the fire to be.
Yeah, and you kind of just hope that you're both like being honest with each other about whether or not emotionally this is working.
Right.
You're just hoping that, this is working, right? The worst is, I remember when I would get into relationships and 2 months in, they say, that feeling of like, they don't really like me. And I was wrong. And now they're finally saying it. And this isn't going to work out. I've been living a lie. I thought this was working and it wasn't, Anyways, go on.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that was all the warning signs. I should have been careful. But she came back in the room and I flipped the laptop and I go, "Hey, blankety blank, can you explain this and what's going on?" And she broke down and she cried.
Yeah.
And then we hugged each other and then we really worked hard on that relationship. Like we ended up living together in 2013.
Uh-huh.
We went on a hike and I told her straight in her face that I'm so sorry for treating her like dog shit. So yeah. I will always kind of remember... I can't, you guys, crew, you can leave, whatever, but, this is the end, but, I didn't even want to talk about this stuff, but this is kind of cool. There's always a post that I will always remember when it comes to her that she keeps up on in 2012. She goes, "Hope is a dangerous thing. Everyone thinks it's a positive thing to have hope, but at the same time, hope is what keeps you unhappy and you don't even realize it. Hope that you'll make it through with your partner because you're destined to be with him/her forever. Hope that things will get better and something as bad as this won't happen again. Hope that the person he was is still there somewhere and that you still love your partner no matter the small differences they seem to have made through the years." I hate hope. It can keep you stranded in a relationship that isn't right for you. It can make you yearn for more and believe there is more because really... reality is still a faint, unreal world to you. And then she goes on and
oh man, dude.
She goes, "I'm a doll, taken out of the toy box to be played with when bored, and then tossed aside when there is something else to do. I'm trash." She said that. She wrote that in 2012. And that post, like, first off, wonderful writing. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, that
amazing.
was really powerful.
And it made me realize that I wasn't present And this post
in your relationship.
Yeah, and so like in this post, it made me realize like, yeah, we have fire in the bedroom, but I need to be like more present with her. And so I definitely did apologize for that. But every time I want to feel bad about myself or in some sort of way, or I think about the relationships that I'm in now, I just think about this post where she goes, I'm trash.
Well, I think you should just take away what you learned from it of just like, it is important in relationships to be present. I mean, Sid and I got into like a little fight over it about it on Saturday. I was on my phone and this was our, we both have been working a lot. This was our time to spend time together. And I'm on my fucking phone. And she was right. And
being present is so important.
It's so important. It's so important in everything you do. Just like you can with your friends, your family, just like the simple act of just showing that you were there, you're listening, you care. That's everything. It's really everything.
That's everything.
Yeah. Anyways, what an emotional, inspiring way to end this episode.
What, I'm not listening to you? What happened?
What's
I'm kidding. It's not being present. Anyway, crew, thank you so much. Don't forget we have a Discord. Please join that. We talk, we chat. It's been fun. Don't forget to 5-star review. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then in addition to that, guys, more stories coming soon. December, we're ready. We're rocking. You have no idea what we have planned. So with that, love you guys. LUV. Peace.
Peace.